Hey, it's Trixie. Oh my God. Welcome to the underground. Yeah, I've got my cat here. She's going to distract me. I'm disheveled. I just got out of work. So let me talk about that. I did the Franklin County Fair, okay? Friday night, the huge tractor pull, which was amazingly loud, and I'm deaf in one ear from it, and I can't hear out the other. And people in the stands, like, willing to watch it while this large black plume of smoke was left in its wake. I couldn't hear myself think. Horrible. But Friday night, tough. Yesterday was good, except for the tornado. Let me tell you about that. So I didn't expect a tornado, but I'm looking outside, and I said to my mental health counselor that I was working with yesterday, it looks like a tornado. And she's like, I guess I got her crazy because I have anxiety, but the way I relieve my anxiety is I give other people anxiety. So I said, look at the sky. You can tell there's a tornado coming. And all of a sudden, the sky's like, tornado touching down. I couldn't believe it. And who the hell is in the building with me? The snake lady. I feel like I'm going to die with the snake lady. But you know what? She had alligators with her this time. This lady, I don't know, she taped the mouth shut of the alligator. And, no, I'm sorry, but that's like, and then she stuffs them in a plastic bin. That's alligator abuse. I mean, I'm not fond of alligators, but she should go to Florida. She should go to Florida. So, yeah, I'm the town crier. I was like, shut the door. I thought I was going to die. We're in a barn. I'm like, we're going to collapse. I'm in a barn. A tornado in a barn. So I went and got fudge to relieve my stress. I'm thinking if I'm going to die, the hell with my losing weight. I don't care. I'm going to be dead. I'll fit in the casket somehow. And when I got back, my mental health counselor was like frozen. I guess I got her really upset. And she couldn't move. I was setting appointments. I didn't care. I'm telling him to shut the door. This lady goes, there's people out there. And I said, well, they can come in. It's every man for himself when the tornado's coming. It actually touched down in Holyoke and parts of Central Mass, but not exactly where we were. But still, it was frightening. As soon as I heard it, like they shut the door, as soon as it let up, I left. I was like, I'm out of here. But then I got stuck on the highway because trees were all over the highway. It was unbelievable. Yeah, fun. I'm a little disheveled. I'm very sorry. But, I'm mentally drained. I'll try to talk as excited as I can, but I don't look so hot. Okay, the U.S. Open. So, Swiatek got beaten by Anisimova, who went to the final. She's American, who got beat by Arina Sabalenka, who they were just like, overpowering each other. And it's sad the American didn't win, but Arina defended her U.S. Open title. I didn't see who won. I don't know. They're probably still going. It's like 4:45 as I do this. And I think it started at 2. And Sinner and Alcaraz, and I'm going to pick Alcaraz, even though Sinner won the last time. They're going back and forth. So, and I didn't know Cliffy Drysdale is retiring. I love his voice. He's got the best tennis voice there is, Okay, what else? After Swiatek got beat, a reporter asked her if she needed a mental break. What the hell is that? What kind of question is that? She goes, no, do you need a mental break? I think you need a mental break, which I thought was kind of funny. Nick Kyrgios, he's kind of hot. An Australian guy who's retired because he's got so many injuries. He's going to play Arina Sabalenka next year for like a battle of the sexes. And he's like, I don't even have to try. Oh, yeah, bad thing. She goes, I'm going to try and kick his ass. But what is this with the battle of the sexes? Didn't Billie Jean prove that women are better? So he's 651st in the world. She's number 1. But yeah, guys, guys are basically physically stronger. They should win, But Billie Jean is like, ooh, she was my hero for beating a guy. And Martina did it against, I think, Jimmy Connors, and Jimmy Connors beat her, which I can't believe because Martina's like a guy. Trump is supposedly attending the men's final today, and I don't know because I haven't watched it. I kind of turned on my Commanders because I'm recording like every game, and they didn't look good. Like within 5 minutes there was a penalty, and Jaden was throwing behind the receivers, and then he tried running and he got sandwiched. I'm gonna do the show. So the Eagles, Cowboys, Jalen Carter spit at Dak Prescott because Dak kind of spit first. Can you believe I'm talking about this? I guess Dak spit on the ground. So maybe Jalen thought he spit at him. So I don't know. The guy got thrown out. Of course, Dallas lost because they suck. Belichick lost his first game, but then he won his second game. So hopefully he did some adjustments. He got killed. We all know who the star is with the Patriots. It's not him. Rumor has it. Listen to this one. Taylor Swift might perform the halftime show at this year's Super Bowl. Oh, I would love it. She's in negotiations, whatever that means. We'll see. This is according to Cosmo. They're going to announce it by Thanksgiving. So the Swiftie detectives, this is like during the New Heights podcast, she drops like, they call them Easter eggs. Talked about making sourdough. The 49ers mascot is Sourdough Sam. The Super Bowl is at Levi's Stadium. That's the 49ers home. She talked about sourdough 60% of the time. She said Super Bowl 60, referenced 47 multiple times. 47th Eras Tour show was at Levi's Stadium. I mean, she's just a brilliant marketer. I'd love to see her at halftime. But she was saying she wanted to do it when Travis is not actually playing in the Super Bowl. I don't know if anyone's picking Kansas City, but of course with Patrick Mahomes, I don't know. I don't know who's going to go. But the Eagles really, they look solid again. I'm not expecting my Commanders. I don't know. I'm thinking after what I'm seeing, I know I'm judging in 5 minutes, but it's just, they don't look like they're ready. A nursing home in Iowa left a resident out in the pouring rain. Lovely. And thunderstorms. And the woman was like banging on the door, ringing the doorbell. The doorbell didn't work. Okay. No bed check. I don't understand. They do that in prison, don't they? What kind of place is this? It's disgusting if they did that to your mother. I just think, this is what you pay $100,000 to spend in a nursing home. So your mother can get ignored and left out in the rain. Unbelievable. What else? So remember Trump went into D.C. and he said, okay, now you can walk down the middle of the road with your family. What a weird thing to say. Does he walk in the middle of the road with his family? Yeah, take Donnie and Eric down the middle of the street. He didn't look so hot. I saw a picture of him. They thought he was dead because he didn't go in front of the camera in a few days. And he looked like worse than Biden. Like, what happened? I don't know. He looked old. I don't understand. He never looked that bad before. In India, an elephant trampled a tourist who tried to take a selfie. Who knows? Maybe I would do that because I love elephants so much. What is wrong with my hair? Look at it. Oh, I should have taken a shower before I came and did this. This is from PETA, of course. They were like, please respect the animals. But the elephant didn't trample him. He kind of like walked over him. The guy's in the hospital. He'll be all right. Who cares? Who cares? The elephant on the road eating, stay away from the elephant, especially if it's like an elephant in musk. The males, watch out. You're disrupting his lunch. Not a good. He's startled by the camera. He's like, you dumbass, get out of his way. You just tread lightly on him. No big deal. So, as we get closer to Stevie and Lindsay's release of the album, they're starting to drop clues. They think they're Taylor Swift. There's a couple of things. In 1990, she told Women's Own magazine that they were as compatible as a boa constrictor and a rat. Well, they made it 5 years. I mean, but she talks about him in dark tones. She says, when I came home, I'd always get the slight cold shoulder. So maybe he's just miserable, He wouldn't quite trust me about where I'd been. Did she cheat? I wonder if she cheated. Everything about me seemed to bug him. My laughter. All I made him want to do is cringe. Wow. Really? I'm sure a lot of people would like you, Stevie. Well, maybe not now, but back then. So she said, so I changed when I was around him, which is never good when you're not yourself. I became mouse-like and would never dare offer a suggestion. Oh man, that's miserable. Sometimes I'm like glad I'm alone. In 1994, with Island Ear, I don't know if that's a magazine or whatever. She said we had taken that relationship as far as we could go without one of us killing the other. He treated me so badly. Stevie, really? what are you doing? That for so long, I'd walk into the room and he'd become the most sarcastic, unpleasant man on the face of the earth. In his mind, I should be tortured for days and then killed. She sounded like she was the most miserable woman alive. Okay. The year of Bill Clinton's inauguration, when they played, they hadn't seen each other. They hadn't talked. She said, we're really not friends. We're really not anything. We did not break up friends. Well, you have to start off at friends. I mean, you know how I am. I kind of date people I don't like. But anyway, he's really not able to have any kind of relationship with me. I just bug him to death. Everything I do is abrasive to him. He's scary when he gets mad. Yeah, because a couple of his women, alleged that he hit them. I mean, and I remember watching the Tusk video. And at the end of it, she's like this with those big hats. And he physically pulled her back. Like, sit down. In 1997, Rolling Stone, Lindsay said, you never know about getting back with Stevie. I don't think so. And then she said, over my dead body. I don't want to be part of that darkness. I'm getting excited. I got 1 month of Big E starting where I'm going to be in hell for 17 days. And then October will be fun. In 2013, Lindsay compared relationship to picking the scab off an open wound again and again. I mean, he seems like he isn't over or can't get over some things maybe that happened between them. And about being fired, he said, I think others in the band just felt that they were not empowered enough individually to stand up for what was right. Like they were talking about, he's talked about her like she was Trump. And so it became a little like Trump, like Stevie was Trump. And the Republicans, meaning they had no spine, like we see now. In 2021, as I go through the freaking decades, she said she removed herself from the situation that was toxic. I think, in that Rock and Roll Hall of Fame special, she said he was mean to Harry Styles, and she didn't like that. So I think that's when she was saying, well, my mother, even though her mother died, she could hear her mother saying, how long are you going to put up with this guy? And she said her parents loved him, but enough. Okay, enough. Enough is right. I talked a little bit too much about her. The Florida Department of Transportation has put police on patrol live 24/7 to make sure no one comes in and colors the rainbow sidewalk for the Pulse nightclub victims of that mass shooting. Now, there's nothing those cops can do, right? But monitor chalk on the crosswalk. Oh, I'm sorry, Florida. I was talking to some guy that lives in Florida. I'm like, no. And he's like, well, I like some things about him. I go, you're a white guy. I get it. But people that have, women, gays, they don't like him because unless you hate yourself. I just think that, Stevie, are you in the box? What are you doing? Yeah, like send a message to the murderers and the rapists in Florida. We're just busy here watching the chalk. So this is one thing. I don't know if I have enough time for this. I'm going to try it. Liz Cheney wrote a letter to the Democrats. She has a plan to take back democracy. And I think the blue states are already doing it. As I drove to work, I saw this big banner from the overpass saying Trump is a fascist. So I'm like, on the horn. Dear Democratic Party. She was asking for a coordinated resistance, like Handmaid's Tale, Elizabeth Moss style. Form independent, civilian-powered investigative coalition. She's a lawyer. She knows all this stuff. Deputize the resistance. Build an archive of corruption. Executive abuse. Publicize it. Hold public hearings. Scarlet Letter style. Someday, like the Nuremberg trials, people will be held to account. Write it down. Take names. Number 2, join the International Criminal Court. Make administration explain on camera. He's good at lying. Why they are terrified of international oversight. They're going to arrest this woman. Number 3, fund state-level resistance infrastructure. Channel DNC funds into legal defense coalitions. She's a brain, though. She's a genius. If federal government is hijacked, build power underneath it. That's really... She's like, how long did she think about this? This is amazing. Trump and the architects of Project 2025, they prepared for years for this, infiltrating school boards, she's right, courts, local legislators. So now she wants the Democrats to do Project 2029, publicly laying out laws to make sure no one will ever do this again, hold the perpetrators of human atrocities accountable, like what they're doing with the immigrants and really basically Americans. Number 4, use your platform to educate the public on rights and resistance tactics. Downloadable, quote, know your rights kits, survival manuals. She's a living, breathing Elizabeth Moss. Number 5, leverage international media and watchdog. Feed stories to BBC and Al Jazeera. Okay. Make it a global scandal. Use Blue Sky, 'cause that's where all the liberals are going. That's where the resistance is. And number 6, create digital safe haven for whistleblowers. We need those. And defectors, people in his administration inside the circle that want to get out and they're afraid. They're trapped in there. Number 7, study the collapse, go after the structure, the aides, the enforcers, the loyalists. Stephen Miller. The architects. Sounds like Nazi. Independently investigate every author of Project 2025. You got that right. Every aide who defied court orders. All of them. Communication directors lying. Policy writers enabling cruelty. And then she says, you dismantle the throne he's standing on. One coward at a time. I'm going to end it with this. Stop being scared to fight dirty when the other side is fighting to erase the damn Constitution. They are threatening to disappear Americans. Americans! All right, you guys, I'm ready to drop dead, and I look like it. I look like I'm dying. I don't know, man. What's wrong with me? Too much. I could have died with the alligator lady. That's what I keep thinking of. I would have died with the alligator. I just was cool, though. I'm thinking the tornado, and it did touch down, near me. A lot in Central Mass, but it touched down in Holyoke, and I could see all the trees down on the highway. But I was still setting appointments. My mental health counselor, frozen. The queen does not freeze. All right, you guys, have a great week, and you can subscribe for free. See you next week.